You coming?
No.
What? You're wearing the same shirt.
Yeah.
Oh God, here he comes. He's coming now. Don't move the table.
I didn't move the table.
Yes, you did. You shook it all. You can't.
I'm not here yet.
You can't. So we made space, and then you're not coming.
I'm coming. Just.
Okay, Karen, you got to move yourself back over.
I was waiting for him to get
I
in.
am. Table. Let's go.
Why are you moving so far over?
Because I'm looking at the framing, man. I'm doing my I can't call it I'm doing my thug dizzle. I'm doing my Hans dizzle. What are you doing? What are you doing? You got games up, you got your phone out. What in the world is going on over here? She is neglecting y'all.
I just got a work email.
Why would you get a work email on a Saturday?
And it says that it's very important that we all take this survey, and it's going to be open until Monday, the 25th.
Open until Monday.
So they expect us to do the survey over the weekend. It's not going to happen. I'll do it 8 o'clock Monday morning.
Why is anybody trying to get any... Are you cold?
What?
Are you cold?
No.
Why are you in a big
Why?
long winter
What?
shirt?
Keegan, what did you do to him?
I didn't do anything.
What are you talking about?
You're wearing long sleeves and sweats. I mean, I'm getting warm just wearing these sweats. But normally throughout the day, it kind of doesn't feel that warm. But
No,
right
'cause-
now, under the hot lights,
Oh, for goodness sake.
I'm comfortable. I'm not hot.
you look... Well, I mean, not being hot goes without saying. But, I mean, I'm just saying that you look like you're uncomfortably warm.
No. Not.
You're not?
No.
Hmm.
I don't know why Siri keeps suggesting that I write in the gamer chat. Maybe I should.
You think that's a
add something.
Siri thing?
It says it's a Siri thing. Siri suggestions.
It doesn't say right in the game. Oh,
It's.
yeah, what is that?
I don't know. It's just telling me to go into the game chat.
Maybe
The
because
notes
you
for the
haven't
game chat.
written
Yeah,
anything in a while?
I don't have a lot. I haven't played much.
I haven't played much either. You know, what's interesting is,
I think it's
is
funny
all
that you
this
say you
time
haven't
and
played
no...
much, and you're on your Switch every morning.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's
that's just one game.
that's Asphalt.
It's one game.
Asphalt, to me, does not feel like, and I don't care what number it is, Asphalt does not feel like video gamey. It doesn't feel like game. It feels like mobile game. So in other words, we wouldn't talk about playing Candy Crush.
Which it is.
We wouldn't talk about any of that. It would, even though you are playing it on the Switch, it feels like a mobile game.
It's a mobile
100%.
game. It's a mobile game first.
It's a mobile game with controllers.
Yeah.
But it's not. It doesn't feel like you're just. It's like you can jump in, play one race, and get out. You're not really playing for time. Like when I play Doom, I mean, you're sitting there for
Hours.
an hour and a half. And you don't get very far, and you don't. There is no finality. Whereas every race, you got a beginning, a middle, and end, and you're moving on to the next thing. It doesn't. Mobile games have that feeling where it's just like I can walk away at any moment, and I can come back to it at any moment. You don't get that when you got a thing that's got to load for 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
I can be in a race. I can boot up the Switch, get in a race, finish the race, turn the Switch back off in the time it takes for that game, like Tomb Raider or whatever, to boot all the way up, and I start walking around.
Yeah.
So it doesn't feel the same. So that's why we never talk about it. It's still gaming. I'm not going to argue that point. But, okay. I hate it when I look in the magic monitor thingy, and it's like, I should change something. Keegan has watermelon.
That's good. Eat it.
She's got the
Making a
face.
face.
I don't even know. I don't know if I've captured that face in the green screen footage or not, but maybe we should. See, these are the faces I was talking about when we were recording all that stuff.
I think she might need the props then.
She needs watermelon.
Yeah.
So she can remember to make the face of, I'm so happy I have watermelon.
It's her favorite food. That and duck.
I didn't think black folks were allowed to eat watermelon.
Well,
What was I watching where they were talking about that?
Black AF.
no, they were talking about that as well on one of the David Chang videos.
Yes, it was there.
The young man who opened the restaurant.
Yeah, it was David Chang, because it was more than once where they talk about the fried chicken and they talk about the watermelon. And
Yep.
you know what's so funny about that is basically it was Henry Ford's fault that whole thing started with watermelon. He was trying to, I don't really think it was malicious on his part, even though it could have been 100%. I don't think it was. I can't jump inside this dead man's head. But the idea of, I want to test out a camera. Why don't you guys go over there and just ham it up for the camera? Mm-hmm. And I'm testing out recording and I'm testing out technical things.
Yep.
But I'm capturing something that's now going to live on as a stereotype about your entire race.
Yep.
All over the world now.
Yep.
It's like, what? It's so terrible, but it's true. It happened. I mean, he captured it. And these guys, and I believe that the guys that he captures are guys that worked for him. Which means they were highly qualified, highly educated, just having fun on camera. It'd be like catching you at your most ridiculous moment and then saying that your entire race acts this way.
Yeah.
But you were just having fun for the moment. It's like, God.
Dude.
Only black folks get that. Only
let's
black
not
folks.
capture your most ridiculous moment.
Why not? I can do it. I got the camera.
You have not seen.
Hopefully we look a little better. I've changed some settings on the camera to try to make us look a little better. We've been looking extra soft, so I try to sharpen us up a little bit, add a little contrast. Maybe. We'll see. Because I've been doing it really, really flat. And I just don't think this camera is made for
You've
doing
had a season
anything
1
really,
filter,
really
is
flat.
that what you're saying?
I don't know what that means. I'm not into those weird things.
Can't use Drag Race references.
You absolutely
Hasn't
can't.
seen Drag Race.
I don't watch that.
It's that senior
I
picture
totally
filter where they're...
respect RuPaul and everything that he's done, but I'm not watching that show.
You're totally missing out on some serious funny.
I'm not missing out. Trust me. I get enough funny with
Missing out on
everything
way too
else
much
I did.
drama is what you're
Yeah, well, that's just it. I'm not into that. I'm just, but RuPaul, if I don't.
He's changed the world.
No, I can't. I have nothing negative to say about him.
Do you have a list?
I have some things hanging over from last week and a couple things from this week.
I got a list.
You have a list?
Oh, yes.
Oh God.
Uh-oh.
That does that mean that it's a long list?
It's a list.
Okay.
I would like to know from the people what they think about the editing of the videos. I'm not getting any feedback, so I think that it's all looks.
I mean,
I
you
don't
get-
like to give feedback.
You get feedback, but it's just very few and far between, and it's never about
technical thing.
the technical things. It's about Aaron was right, or Aaron is right, or y'all crazy, or I love listening to
Okay,
you.
I don't get that feedback either.
You just got one this week.
That was the only
Comments
one.
on the YouTube?
I get no.
It was a comment in the Facebook video.
I tend to see the comments on the YouTube and I respond to those, but I don't
You don't respond
So
to ever to the ones on Instagram.
see them.
Well,
I don't see them at all.
You had someone this week respond to.
That's all you.
No.
You're
It
miss
was-
email and Instagram.
You
for the
had
Java
someone
part.
this week respond to your
the
A-Train
voice.
photo.
I had someone respond to a photo.
You did, and they asked you to follow them and something about a collab.
I did not see that.
I know.
But this was on the traveling Farrs.
No,
This was on the A-Train photo.
because I liked the comment on your A-Train photo, hoping that you would see the notification.
He didn't see the note.
I didn't see it. But that's okay, I guess.
But I went and followed them as the traveling Farrs. So. And we are now following One Angry Black Man.
Yeah, I'm all over that. I even did a photo for them. I think I gotta move this. It's totally coming out of my head.
It's bothering you?
No, it's coming out of my head.
The easel?
Easel?
Is that what that is?
What are you talking about? Right?
Oh, no.
Talking about.
You were moving the table.
I don't think it's coming out of my head anymore.
No.
Yes. We're good.
Roll the intro!
Okay.
What you got on your list?
Well, I think I mentioned this last week, but I couldn't remember. So, we'll start with people still talking about the validity of working from home. I think I was sliding away, and we didn't really talk about it.
No, we talked about it.
But it's still a topic, even this week. There's still it's not an argument for or against, but the people are still trying to come to terms with the idea of people, like, now that different countries are now opening up, they're starting to grapple with the idea of, should we bring people back to work? Should we leave them at home? And different countries are coming up with their rules for the workplace. But outside of people like in service industries that they gotta be there, like you can't have a McDonald's but have everybody working from home, it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
But that also means like the DMV, also needs people to be there. You can't do it from somewhere else. And all this questioning of, should people be coming to work? What happens with brick and mortar places? It's like, I would think, as a company, if I could have a company where half my staff did not need to come in, I'm talking with, forget COVID-19, but I could just have half my staff work from home, or have flexible schedules where they could come in or they could stay home. Mm-hmm. It all just depended on what was going on with them at the moment. If they could have that flexibility, I had that flexibility as a computer tech. Why not?
Well, someone asked this week, is everyone still off of work? Are you working from home? How's it? Because this person that posted is an electrician.
Huh.
And
they can't stay home?
And he said he's only had a cumulative total of 2 weeks off. Mm-hmm. And because he still has to go and do all these things, he can't, but he's always pretty much alone. He's got his apprentice, and that's
everybody
it.
Who puts their hands on actual things can't stay
right.
home.
So
can you pass me a tissue and continue, please?
He probably had maybe 50 or 60 comments below. And it was interesting how some people said, I've been off work, but the majority of the people have said, I've been working from home, or I've been working overtime 7 days a week, 14-hour days, because they work in factories. But there were only maybe out of the 60 comments, 3 or 4 people who were off work completely. And the majority were at home. And a couple of them said that their company has now made it so they can work from home permanently. There are just a few departments in the company that actually have to go in because they deal with check processing and blah, blah, blah. So they have to physically touch the items.
Of course.
But the rest of them can all continue to work from home because the company has saved so much money from lights and water and blah, blah, blah. And now they're going to set up a program where it will pay for, like, it will give them more pay to pay for internet, pay for
you just shift the money
utilities,
around.
right? So it may not cover all of the utilities for their month, but it will be a portion towards their utilities. And they were all excited. Like this, there were probably 15 people in the string who all worked for the same company, and they were all excited about the opportunity to continue to work from home because it saves them money to work from home.
Think about driving in, commute, needing a car, or taking public transportation. You got therein lies the issue.
Yeah, well,
because childcare, you may still need that even though you're at home, because depending on your job, depending on the kind of job you have, just because you work basically at a computer all day long doing your job, that does not mean that you can get up and be away from your computer for 30 minutes, an hour, because you have to take care of another person there with you.
Right.
Just being at home does not mean you have time to care for your child that needs more time with an adult. I don't think that's going to change much. I don't think people working at home equals less children going to childcare. Your thoughts? Break it down.
So this article came out this morning. I've seen it at least 3 times in 3 different groups this morning. And the lead is, I had to choose being a mother. With no childcare or summer camps, women are being edged out of the workplace. And so you go to, and I went to read this article because it already sets my teeth on edge. But this woman was the chief executive of a tech company, and her husband was already taking time off of work. He was managing a single rental property and just kind of figuring out what he wanted to do next when the pandemic hit. And she's like, oh great, you'll be able to take care of our 3-year-old and I can still work. I'll be working at home in my office, but you can handle the child. It's one child.
Nope.
This motherfucker.
Oh, there it is.
There it go.
Not the nice voice that we talked about last week.
There it was.
There it is. Go ahead. Do your
It's
thing.
got my blood pressure.
Come on.
Get him with
Get ready.
This
Bring 'em
punk
on,
ass bitch came to his wife after 3 days and said, I can't do this. This woman quit her fucking job. Her husband isn't working. He has nothing to do all day but play with a 3-year-old, and his bitch ass can't fucking handle a 3-year-old. But this woman has to work full time and coddle her husband and care for her child, or she's not a good woman. Man, I've been trying not to comment on these posts these women are posting about this article.
You made all the comments right there.
Bitch ass was enough.
This motherfucker right here, he is not.
Dude,
I gotta take a
what the
breath.
F?
I gotta take a breath. Because I had another person.
Our table is not super strong.
It's not.
No, it may look strong.
There was a woman
It's
this
not.
week who asked a question. My fiance just told me I'm not contributing to the household and he wants me to get a job and blah blah blah. But I just had a baby. And before the baby was born, they had decided that she would stay at home. But due to the pandemic, he lost his job. And so now he's blaming her for not bringing any money into the household.
Wait, he's blaming her for the global pandemic?
No, he's blaming her because they don't have money. He's misplacing his anger on her.
That doesn't sound like misplacing. That just sounds like he's placing it
Okay,
in the wrong place.
he's placing his anger on her because he can't work because he lost his job due to the pandemic. And of course,
I know, but why would he be angry at anybody? It's a pandemic.
Because she's not contributing to the household.
But it's a pandemic.
My question is,
What would he do during an epidemic? Would he
what
feel
is
different?
wrong with these fucking men? What is wrong with these men? They
Women.
want to be the provider, they want to be the protector, they want to be the man. But when it comes time to care for a child or care for a woman, they can't even fucking handle it. Not even for 3 goddamn days.
I can't handle it.
Dude. Really?
He didn't take
Listen.
care of us. We were by ourselves. He didn't take care of us.
I
Sit in our
had
room all day.
10 surgeries in 6 years' time.
I got multiple kids graduating high school this year.
I had 10 surgeries in 6 years. Some of which there are times I don't remember because I was so out of it for so long, like back surgery and knee surgery and blah blah blah. I couldn't do anything.
We kept her adequately drugged up.
Aaron not only cared for both of our young children,
That's when we got
our
Bud
house, our 2 dogs, the cat, his job, and went to school full time. Went grocery shopping, did the laundry. He never complained, not one single time. Ever. The only time you ever complained was when I was trying to do something I wasn't supposed to be
Yeah,
doing.
like get up.
Like make the bed or wash a dish. That's what a man is supposed to be. If you want to be a provider and a caregiver of your family,
Don't be like me.
you're supposed to care for your family. That means shut your bitch ass up,
See, Lord.
pick up a fucking broom, wash the goddamn dishes,
Why
do
not?
the laundry.
Why gotta be a bitch though?
You are not a bitch.
You just said shut your bitch ass up.
I'm
I think
talking
you were
about,
talking about all of us.
I'm talking about the whining bitch ass punks who think that their
Yes,
only
bitches.
job.
Now you talking about Trump?
I always talk about Trump. Their only job is to make money. Motherfucker, what? That is not a man.
Okay. Now you want to get into defining what man means as opposed to woman?
Societally,
You
or
want to
Listen,
get, do
women
you really want to get into that?
Women are superheroes.
Saturday morning? That's what you want to do?
biologically, there's like very easy distinction.
Do you want to get into this, really?
No. I absolutely do not.
Then shh.
See, shut your bitch ass up. That's exactly what
Yeah,
you said.
that's what I heard.
That's what I heard too.
Go ahead, do you think?
If you want to follow the Traveling Farrs, you can find us on the YouTube, Facebook, Pinterest, iTunes, Spotify, and any place that good podcasts are sold. At the Traveling Farrs. You know, I've been forgetting to say that.
What?
I'm surprised you guys haven't picked that up. I've been saying all the things, but then I didn't say the Traveling Farrs. If you like the Instagram or the Twitters, Traveling Farrs, which stuff goes up every day over there. Check that out. If you like the email, travelingfars@gmail.com, that Karen will check
I will.
incessantly.
I check it a couple times a day.
And the blog space, thetravelingfars.blueberry.net. No E's in the blueberry.
And don't forget to check out our Patreon. I don't know the link for that, but we have a
It
Patreon.
is patreon.com/thetravelingfars.
Go check
It's
it out.
down there.
You can support us directly with your monies that you have. Give it. Hand it over. And you'll get a nice shout out.
You can be a
You'll be on the green screen.
you could be
A patron.
a patron on Patreon.
You get a nice list with all your names.
I'm scrolling the list right now of everybody that's a Patreon.
Patron.
You see, you can't say it.
Patreon?
You see, you can't say it.
That's
Once you get
not right.
Patreon in your head, you don't get patron back. Patron just gets thrown out. It's been replaced because it's supposed to be a patron, but
Right.
Via Patreon.
Patreon is it's all that you are a Patreon now.
No.
Yeah.
They are still called patrons.
No. You're a Patreon on Patreon.
Oh, God, you're saying the word too much. It's
See,
starting to lose
see.
me.
Now you'll free. Patron will just go whoop.
Everything's starting to lose meaning now. Go check it out. Give us your money.
Say goodbye to the people.
Bye, people.
Make it rain.
You know what's so funny about
Make
that?
it digitally right.
This, just so that all of you understand, this does not come from people sitting around with lots of money and they're just doing like this. Comes from people in strip clubs giving strippers money.
Yeah, didn't everybody?
No, they don't know that.
Everybody does it. I knew that.
No.
Making it rain was always a stripper thing.
Middle schoolers doing this for I have lots of money.
Oh, Lord.
Instead of I'm giving naked lady money.
Yeah, that was make it rain on the naked lady.
Yeah, give the naked lady money.
Give the nice naked lady the money.
It's always great when you see a first grader. Yes, especially here in Mexico.
Give the nice naked lady money.
Yeah,
Come on
that's
now,
what it
y'all
was.
y'all don't understand what y'all
How?
doing, man.
That's why you ask questions. Don't just do things, because then you look stupid.
Then you look stupid.
And you don't know why you look stupid.